Have you ever felt that sudden silence? That moment when the woman you're closest to starts pulling away right when the bond feels strongest. It leaves you questioning yourself, replaying every word, every action, wondering what went wrong. But here's the truth. Most of the time, it's not about rejection at all. It's about fear, vulnerability, and the hidden battles within her heart. Welcome to Stoic Reflections, the channel where we uncover the real dynamics between men and women through the lens of timeless Stoic wisdom. Here, we don't chase illusions. We face reality with calm strength, emotional clarity, and unshakable discipline. Because in a world full of confusion and mixed signals, only a man grounded in Stoic principles can hold his frame and earn true respect. This is not just about dating or attraction. It's about mastering yourself. It's about becoming the man who doesn't panic when tested, the man who remains steady when she pulls away, and the man who commands respect without ever begging for it. So if you've ever felt confused by her distance, misunderstood by her silence, or tested by her sudden change of heart, you're not alone. In today's reflection, we're going to expose the psychology behind why women withdraw at the very moment they desire you most, and how you can respond with strength, patience, and composure. Because here at Stoic Reflections, we don't just talk about women. We talk about men rising into their full potential, calm, grounded, and unbreakable. 1. Her fear of losing control. When a woman suddenly pulls away at the very moment her feelings for you are strongest, it's rarely because you did something wrong. More often, it's because she's battling with herself, with a fear far deeper than she'll ever admit. That fear is the fear of losing control. You have to understand this. Many women are taught, consciously or unconsciously, that giving into their emotions too quickly is dangerous. To her, falling too fast means risk of being hurt, risk of being abandoned, risk of being taken for granted. So when she feels her emotions rising, instead of moving closer, she pulls back. And this is where men get confused. You ask yourself, if she likes me, why is she pulling away? The answer is simple, but it's not logical. It's emotional. For her, attraction is not just excitement, it's vulnerability. And vulnerability feels like weakness when her heart is not fully certain she can trust you. That's why she sends mixed signals. One day she's warm, affectionate, even craving your attention. The next day she seems cold, detached and distant. What's happening is a tug-of-war between her emotions and her fears. She's not pushing you away because she doesn't want you. She's pushing you away because she wants you so much it terrifies her. The intensity of her desire makes her feel like she's losing control of her emotions. And that loss of control feels like danger. So she pulls back, not to reject you, but to protect herself. And here's where most men fail. They either chase harder, confirming her fear that she's losing control, or they give up completely, making her feel abandoned. Both reactions kill attraction. The Stoic truth is this: her pushback is not a final verdict. It's a defense mechanism. At the root of her behavior is emotional self-protection. She's not testing your looks, your charm, or your words. She's testing whether you can remain steady when her emotions create distance. If you stay calm, patient, and unshaken, she'll feel safe enough to let go of her guard. If you panic, chase, or collapse, she'll retreat even further. Remember this: when she pulls away hardest at the peak of her desire, it's not proof she doesn't want you. It's proof that she does. Testing your strength. When a woman pulls away, even while she's deeply attracted to you, one of the strongest reasons is this: she's testing your strength. And here's the key. Most of the time, this test isn't something she does consciously. It's not about manipulation, it's about survival. Deep down, a woman wants to know if the man she's investing in can handle pressure, uncertainty, and emotional turbulence, because nothing reveals a man's true nature faster than the way he reacts when her energy shifts. Ask yourself, What do you do when she suddenly becomes distant? Do you panic, blow up her phone and demand answers? Or do you remain calm, centered, and grounded, like a man who cannot be shaken easily? This is what separates the average man from the Stoic man. The average man crumbles under the test. He becomes needy, anxious, and desperate for reassurance. And the moment that happens, her attraction begins to fade. Not because she doesn't like him anymore, but because she no longer feels safe in his presence. On the other hand, when you hold your frame, when you don't chase, when you keep moving forward with your goals, your work, your mission, you send her a silent but powerful message. I am solid. I am not dependent on your moods. I choose you, but I do not need you to define me. That kind of energy is magnetic. It reassures her that if she invests her heart in you, she won't regret it later. Because a man who can remain steady under pressure is a man she can trust. Here's the harsh truth most men don't want to hear. A woman will test you. Maybe not with words, maybe not in obvious ways, but through her actions. She'll step back, she'll change her rhythm, she'll shift her energy just to see if you lose yours. And the moment you collapse, you fail the test. But when you remain calm, patient, and self-controlled, something changes. Her fear fades, her tests soften, and she's pulled right back into your orbit. Because a woman doesn't just want a man she's attracted to, she wants a man she can rely on when things get uncertain. That's what she's really testing when she pulls away. 3. Emotional reset. Sometimes when a woman pulls away, it has nothing to do with you losing her interest or failing in some way. In many cases, it's simply her way of pressing pause, an emotional reset. Women are deeply emotional beings. Their feelings rise and fall, sometimes like waves in the ocean, powerful, beautiful, and overwhelming. And just like the ocean pulls back before it crashes onto the shore, she too may retreat before moving toward you again with greater energy. At first, everything feels exciting, magnetic, and even intoxicating. But as her emotions grow stronger, so does the pressure. She starts asking herself silent questions. Am I moving too fast? Do I really know him well enough? What if I get hurt? What if he's not who I think he is? These thoughts rarely come out in words. Instead, they appear in distance, silence, and withdrawal. This is where most men make their biggest mistake. They see her pulling away and immediately panic. They bombard her with calls and texts. They demand answers. They chase harder, trying to force closeness. But what they don't realize is that this suffocates her. It replaces the space she needs to feel safe with pressure that makes her retreat further. The Stoic response is different. A Stoic man doesn't see her distance as rejection. He sees it as rhythm. He understands that just as nature has cycles, so do emotions. He gives her room to breathe. He allows her to recalibrate. He stands firm without resentment, without drama. And here's the paradox. When you give her the gift of space, her emotions begin to reset on their own. She remembers why she liked you in the first place. She starts to miss you. Her heart settles. And when she comes back, her feelings are not only stronger but also more stable. But if you fail this moment, if you chase, panic, or pressure her, she begins to associate you with stress instead of safety. And once that happens, her attraction weakens. So the key is self-control. Resist the urge to close the gap. Let her breathe. Show her that you are secure enough to withstand her absence. That calm strength makes her feel safe, and that safety deepens her desire for you. When you master this, you'll see that her pulling away isn't the end. It's simply part of the process, a reset that, when respected, can bring her back to you with more passion, clarity, and certainty than before. 4. The hidden test. When a woman pulls away, it's rarely random. In many cases, her distance is more than just hesitation. It's a hidden test. And this is where so many men get confused, frustrated, and ultimately fail without even realizing it. You see, women don't test men out of cruelty. They test because attraction alone is never enough. A woman wants to feel safe investing her emotions. She wants to know if the man she's drawn to is genuinely strong. or if his confidence will crumble the moment she gives him less attention. When she steps back, she's not just creating space, she's watching. Maybe not consciously, but deep down she's observing your reaction. Do you panic and flood her phone with messages? Do you lash out with passive-aggressive comments? Do you become cold and distant to punish her? Every one of those reactions signals weakness. They show that your emotions depend entirely on hers, and to a woman, that feels unsafe. But if you stay calm, patient, and grounded, you pass the test. You show her that you don't need constant reassurance to hold your frame. You prove that your confidence isn't surface level. It's rooted deep within you. Think of it like this. When she creates distance, it's as if she's asking silently, "Can you handle me at my most confusing? Can you stay steady even when I'm unpredictable?" She doesn't expect perfection, but she does expect resilience. And when you remain steady in those moments, her respect for you multiplies. Here's the mistake most men make. They confuse calm strength with indifference, but they are not the same. Indifference is ignoring her completely, pretending she doesn't matter. Strength is acknowledging her distance without chasing, while still holding space with quiet confidence. Even a simple message like, "I'll give you space, let me know when you're ready," communicates leadership, patience, and emotional control. That balance, not too needy, not too detached, is what passes her hidden test. Because what she's really trying to discover is this: are you the kind of man who falls apart under pressure, or the kind of man who remains unshakable no matter what? The men who fail this test lose her respect, but the men who pass it gain her trust. And trust is the foundation of lasting desire. 5. When attraction feels like a risk. Attraction isn't always exciting for a woman. Sometimes it feels dangerous. And that danger is one of the biggest reasons she may pull away, even when she clearly likes you. For her, deep attraction means vulnerability. It means lowering her guard, exposing her heart, and placing herself in a position where she could be hurt, disappointed, or abandoned. The stronger the attraction, the greater the risk. If she's only mildly interested in a man, there's no fear. She can text casually, spend time with him when it's convenient, and walk away without emotional damage. But when she meets a man who truly stirs her emotions, the kind of man who makes her heart race and her mind restless, suddenly, the stakes are higher. She has something to lose. That's why women sometimes send mixed signals. One moment she's deeply invested, the next, she's distant. It's not always about you doing something wrong. It's about her internal battle between desire and self-protection. Think about this. Many women carry scars from the past. Maybe she trusted someone who betrayed her. Maybe she gave her all to a man who abandoned her. Those wounds don't disappear overnight. So when she feels that same intensity with you, her mind flashes warning signals. Careful, don't let him in too fast. Don't lose control. So she slows things down. She creates distance. She pulls back. Not because she doesn't want you, but because the attraction feels risky. And here's the trap most men fall into. They try to force closeness. They demand reassurance, chase harder, or try to prove their worth. But this only magnifies her fear because it makes you look insecure. The Stoic response is different. A Stoic man doesn't panic when she withdraws. He doesn't punish her for needing space. Instead, he remains steady. He continues living his life, pursuing his mission, and showing her through consistency that his presence is safe, not suffocating. And here's the paradox. The less you try to control her fear, the more it fades. When she realizes you are a man who can handle her intensity without collapsing into neediness, the risk begins to disappear. She learns she can open her heart without losing herself. That's when her attraction transforms from something frightening into something irresistible. Because when a woman feels both desire and safety with you, she's no longer running away from her feelings. She's running toward you. 6. The hidden test behind her distance. When a woman starts to pull away, It's almost never random. In many cases, her distance is more than hesitation, it's a hidden test. And this is where most men lose ground without even realizing it. Understand this, women don't test men out of cruelty. They test because attraction alone is never enough. A woman wants to feel secure in her choice. She wants proof that your confidence is real, not fragile. The clearest way to uncover that truth is to step back and see how you react. When she creates distance, she's silently asking, will he panic? Will he lose himself if I pull away? Will his emotions crumble without my constant attention? If your reaction is to blow up her phone, demand answers, or beg for reassurance, you fail the test instantly. You show her that you can't handle uncertainty, and that makes her feel unsafe. If your reaction is the opposite, coldness, passive-aggressive comments, or trying to punish her, that's also failure, because it reveals insecurity disguised as control. The real strength lies in calm steadiness. When she steps back, you don't chase, and you don't collapse. You acknowledge her distance, but you hold your ground. Even something as simple as saying, "I'll give you space, let me know when you're ready," communicates leadership, patience, and confidence. Here's the difference. Passivity ignores the problem. Strength faces it without fear. A Stoic man understands that tests are not threats. They are opportunities to reveal his discipline, composure, and unshakable frame. Think of it this way. When she pulls back, she's really asking, can I trust this man with my most complicated emotions? Can he remain steady even when I'm unpredictable? If the answer is yes, her respect for you grows, and with respect comes deeper attraction. But if the answer is no, if you collapse into neediness or bitterness, her fears are confirmed. She sees you as just another man who cannot hold his ground, and the attraction begins to fade. Passing this hidden test is about balance. Not too needy, not too indifferent. Steady, present, grounded. When you show her that her distance doesn't control your emotions, you prove that you're not only attractive, you're trustworthy, and that trust is the foundation of lasting desire. 7. What men must do when she pulls away. When a woman pulls away, most men make the same predictable mistake. They panic. They feel her energy shift, and instead of holding their ground, they rush in to fix things. They send long, emotional texts, demand answers, or try to over-explain themselves. But what they don't realize is this: desperation kills attraction. Her pulling back is not always rejection. Sometimes it's a test of your strength, a pause for her to reset her emotions, or her way of wrestling with the fear of vulnerability. In these moments, how you respond will determine whether her respect for you grows or dies. The first thing you must do is resist the urge to chase. Chasing comes in many forms: constant calls, emotional outbursts, or trying to buy her attention with gifts and compliments. Every one of these moves lowers your value in her eyes. Instead, give her the gift of space. Not silence born from anger, but space born from calm confidence. This allows her to feel the natural consequences of her distance and creates room for her to miss you. Second, remain grounded in your own life. A man who puts everything on hold when she pulls away shows her that she is his entire world, and nothing kills attraction faster than neediness. Stay focused on your mission, your work, your fitness, your friends. Show her through action that your life continues with or without her. That stability makes her realize she risks losing a man of value. Third, stay calm and consistent. If she takes hours to reply, don't react with anger or games. Respond naturally, in your own rhythm. This shows her that you are not rattled by her distance, and steadiness is what she truly respects. Fourth, set boundaries without ultimatums. If her distance becomes disrespectful, calmly let her know your standards. I value consistency. If you're not sure what you want, that's okay, but I won't wait around forever. That's not neediness, that's leadership. Lastly, embrace the quiet confidence of walking away if necessary. Not as a threat, not as punishment, but as self-respect. Women feel it when a man is strong enough to let go, and ironically, that strength often draws them back. In short, when she pulls away, your job is not to panic or chase. It's to remain calm, grounded, and centered in who you are. That's how you pass her tests, re-attract her, and keep her respect. Attraction between men and women isn't destroyed by distance. It's destroyed by how you respond to that distance. Every time she pulls away, she's handing you a moment to reveal your strength, your discipline, and your self-respect. Most men collapse under that pressure, but the Stoic man stands tall, steady, and unshakable. Remember this: when she pushes you away at the peak of her desire, she isn't rejecting you. She's testing you. She wants to see if you'll lose yourself, or prove that you can hold your frame no matter what. Here at Stoic Reflections, we believe true strength isn't in chasing, begging, or forcing closeness. It's in staying grounded, calm, and patient, even when tested. That's the kind of strength women respect, desire, and trust long-term. Now I want to hear from you. Have you ever been in a situation where a woman pulled away right when things felt intense? How did you handle it, and what happened afterward? Share your story in the comments below, because your experience might help another man see things differently. If this message resonates with you, support the mission. Like this video, subscribe to Stoic Reflections, and join our community of men mastering their emotions, relationships, and lives with timeless wisdom. Because at the end of the day, it's not about controlling her, it's about controlling yourself. And that's the essence of a Stoic man.